YouTube. So, I just wanted to talk a bit about accessible games, while we're all under this quarantine. I would recommend, if you hear any licking, that's just my dog, German Shepherd, about 65 pounds for those of you that can't see him. But anyway, I would recommend going to the App Store and looking up Blindfold Games. They do a lot of accessible games. I would also look at Dice World, who has some nice games. And there's another developer whose name, it's James something, and it is eluding me right now. But if you go to the Blindfold Games, you'll eventually get to this developer. And they will say in their descriptions that all of their games are readable with voiceover. So that's what you're looking for on Apple. On Android, I'm not sure what they'll say. I'd imagine they'd say they work with TalkBack or they work with text-to-speech. But go out there, try to find some things. The games, I will admit, are kind of hit or miss. Some are kind of cool. There's one game where you're running through zombies and you have to go straight, left, right, depending on the sound from which the zombies are coming from. You have to run, duck, dive. It's like an old school platform game for those that remember that, like Crash Bandicoot or whatever. There's coins and stuff to collect. There's games, one game where you have to take care of a virtual dog. I think there's a virtual cat game. On Dice World, there's Yahtzee, there's Farkle, there's Pig. They have like 5 different games. It's a lot of fun. So I would highly suggest those. The cool thing is, like with Dice World, there is a chat feature, so you can try to talk to people if you want. It works with voiceover. So I'm going to leave the comments to this open. If anybody has any accessible technology games that you can think of or you want to link people to, feel free. Understand that I've not played a majority of the Blindfold games and stuff, so I can't really attest to what games are good, what games aren't. You're kind of on your own as far as figuring that out, but there are plenty of games out there you can choose from. There's also, I don't remember who did it, but there is online, and I think you can get it through the App Store. There is a Monopoly and other board games that work fantastic with text-to-speech. I don't want to say do a Google search, but honestly, totally do a Google search. There's also a game called Dark Grimmer, which is a text-based game. It is free to play, but once you get to a certain level, you will need to spend money to advance, I'm afraid. But again, it's an MMORPG. I enjoyed it when I used to play it. That's something else that you can totally look at doing. Remember, there is, and these are kind of pricey to buy, but there is Braille Monopoly, Braille Scrabble, which I will be doing reviews on once I find somewhere that has room and I can actually do reviews. My main face is shut during all of this, funnily enough. And there is Braille dice that you can obviously buy. Yahtzee is a really easy game to make accessible. Use your phone to keep track of what you've rolled and what you haven't. And then with the Braille dice, you can get Braille Uno at Target. It's like $10. I would definitely recommend that. It's a pretty good quality. National Federation of the Blind, who I'm not affiliated with in any way, shape, or form, but they helped produce it. So I would highly suggest that anyone with either a Perkins or Slate & Stylus, you can Braille a deck of cards. It's kind of time consuming, but it's easy enough to do. And that's really all that's coming to mind right now. Oh, if you have labels, of course, you can label cards. I've played Clue by, again, jotting down on my phone the guesses I've made, who I've marked out, everything like that. That's another game that is fairly easy to adapt. I'd also recommend some classics like Don't Break the Ice, Ants in the Pants, Cooties, for all of you like 90s kids who remember those games. And Bop It. Anybody who has not played Bop It. Anyone that lives in the house with you is going to get annoyed and probably plot your murder, but I would highly recommend it. So yeah, like I said, any other suggestions, feel free to put them in the comments. Thanks for watching.